So are you feeling unprepared for retirement? Hopefully you weren't unprepared for this past week's hurricane here in Central Florida, or more specifically in the panhandle of Florida. This segment is designed to help you feel better, maybe, hopefully, by giving you some useful tips to get jump-started if you are feeling unprepared for retirement. Here's the statistic that it takes a little bit of time to wrap your hands around, but it underscores how dire the situation may be for many people in middle age. According to the folks at Vanguard, workers between the ages of 45 and 54, so that's considered middle age. Sadly, I am now finding myself on the upper end of that age range. I don't know what that means then. What comes next? Anyway, median account balance of $60,000 in their 401k, well below the rule of thumb. Man, that really is bothering me. If the statistic out of Vanguard says 45 to 54 is middle age, I'm on the upper end of that. Where does that put me? Anyway, where am I? Well, if you're between those ages, the average balance, $60,000 in 401k, that is well below the rule of thumb, if you will, target that at age 50, you should have saved about 6 times your salary. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to give you sort of a 3-step program, if you will, here in this segment that hopefully helps you get back on track. So welcome on into Dollars and Cents, where we help you make sense out of all of life's decisions involving your dollars. Be sure to check us out on our website, nelsonfinancialplanning.com. Maybe you were listening to that prior segment where we were talking about expect a lot of tax changes over the course of the next year or so, regardless of who wins the presidency, and the importance of seeking professional guidance. Well, we've been helping our clients with their taxes and, in fact, preparing tax returns at Nelson Financial Planning for over 20 years now, and goes hand in hand with our long-standing history and celebrating our 40th anniversary earlier this year, but certainly been doing taxes for a while, and we would certainly highlight the need to have expert tax guidance, particularly as it relates to your investments, particularly as it relates to your retirement. My name is Joel Garris. So if you're interested in that, to finish that thought, at the end of the day, I see I'm all thrown off on this middle age thing and being on the upper end of the age range here. It's just shocking. It happens slowly, but then all of a sudden. And so if you're interested in having a conversation with a professional, then visit our website, Nelson Financial Planning. There you can schedule an absolutely free consultation to review your retirement. My name is Joel Garris, certified financial planner, certified financial fiduciary at Nelson Financial Planning. So, look, we get it. That's a tough stat, right? 45 to 54, that age group, the average 401k balance is $60,000. 45 to 54, chances you're probably in a little bit of a tough spot. You may find yourself with kids in or nearing college, so there's a cost there. You may also find yourself, on the other hand, having to deal with aging parents, all of which costs money. So those are some tough spots, tough ages to be in. Kind of you're the filling in the Oreo cookie, except you're not really having any fun. Well, we've got a 3-step process in this segment of the program to really kind of help give you some perspective. So step 1, start with something, anything, and start today. Look, every day is one less day. There is still time, even if you're in that 45 to 54 range, there is still time to prepare for retirement. And in fact, there's some opportunities to prepare even better, because if you're over age 50, you can in fact contribute more money to things like IRAs or Roths or 401ks or 403bs. The contribution limits, in fact, once you are over age 50, actually increase quite a bit, giving you the opportunity to save more money, giving you the opportunity to kind of get back on track. But it really does require that you start with something. You start with anything, and you got to start today. The reality is, one of the best suggestions we often give folks is to take that next pay increase and pretend it didn't happen. Take all of that and redirect that into that employer plan. Make sure you're getting all the match, right? If the employer's giving you a match, that's free money. You'd be surprised at the number of times we have this conversation and people aren't doing that. They're leaving money on the table. So in terms of trying to catch up for retirement and accumulate more money in a short fashion, well, my goodness, isn't a better alternative to get the employer's match in its entirety, right? So you've got to make sure you're doing that. And then this is where the conversation about pre-tax, when you're making those contributions, do you do them pre-tax or do you do them after tax? The reality is that if you make those contributions on a pre-tax basis, then as the name suggests, then you're going to experience some tax savings. As a result of that, that helps to fund the amount that you're able to contribute. So if you're doing that on a pre-tax basis, in essence, the tax savings helps to offset or helps to pay for some of those contributions that you are doing on a regular basis. So important to be able to ultimately think about, if I do it on a pre-tax basis, then I'm going to actually get some funding along the way to help pay for those contributions, or to help cover those contributions in a way that doesn't impact my overall income as much as it would. Now, if you've got the extra money and you want to do it on an after-tax basis, that's the Roth side of the equation, and many employer plans now have that as an option. But just know that if you do it on a pre-tax, that might really help you get started. It might help you get started and contribute ultimately more, because you pick up that tax savings, which then allows you to save a little bit more today. And if you're looking to get started and start with anything, then there's a value to that. So that's number one. Number two, figure out where you really are now. Do a financial assessment. Look at what you own, what you owe, and what the income is versus the expenses. Are there some higher interest rates on some of the stuff that you owe? As you look at the expenses, do you have some spending habit issues that you could certainly improve? Maybe it's just those subscriptions that you sign up for and they just keep coming every single month, whether you use them or not. You may find that you've got more subscriptions than you realize, and so that gives you opportunities for areas of improvement and places that you can cut. You know, many times when we sit and talk with people for the first time and kind of look at that overall picture, when folks come into the office and sort of wonder if they're on track, oftentimes they're actually more on track than they think they are. And I think that's really then what the second step of our three-step program is all about. Is it's important to sit down and go through that assessment, really get a handle on where you are, because oftentimes when folks come in thinking that they might be behind or lost, they're really not when you start kind of adding it all up and really putting that picture down in black and white on paper. So we certainly encourage folks to take advantage of that, as we do and have been for the past 40 years. All of our consultations at Nelson Financial Planning are done absolutely free of charge. So make sure you check out our website to request your free consultation. And then lastly, we said it was a three-step program. So number one, start with something, anything, do it today. Number two, do a financial assessment, figure out where you really are. And then number three, create a plan. Create a budget, start tracking things. That certainly is crucial in order to really get a handle on money that's coming in and money that's going out. Make sure you're taking advantage of the pay yourself first concept, right? That means that you're making savings, you're making investing a priority right from the very beginning. And then lastly, check your investment allocation. That also is crucially important, because you want to make sure you're not just sitting in cash, not making a whole lot of interest one way or the other. If these are retirement dollars, then you probably want to have them positioned for growth as well. So that's your 3 steps in the 3-step program if you're feeling in that you are behind on your preparations for retirement. With that, we're going to take a break here on Dollars and Cents with Joel Garris of Nelson Financial Planning.